Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Stacatto Mini Pendant. This is going to be the smaller one. This is the 184930. The larger one is the 184970. Check that one out. And the real difference is size, basically, obviously. This one is 7 inches in diameter. The other one is going to be coming in at 10.5 inches in diameter. And they have different lamping, too. You should watch both videos and get yourself acquainted with both of them to see which one's going to be right for you. Okay? So let's get into the size of the fixture body itself. And that's going to be the distance from the bottom of the glass to where the rods are going to start. And that's 5.7 inches high, and we said before it's 7 inches in diameter, and that's going to be that hood shade that's on there. The glass underneath is actually cast glass. It is a cast glass. It's sandblasted on the inside, so it kind of reads like a white glass, but in reality it's just a really beautifully heavy cast clear glass that's sandblasted so you can't see the bulb. That's what that is, right? Okay. Let's get into a few other things. So this is going to be using Hubbardton Forge's system where you have these interlocking rods. Okay. So you basically have these threaded rods, threading on both sides, and then these little parts in between which also have threading, and just keep going. And it looks pretty seamless when you get them all together. It's a nice clean look all the way down. You're going to be getting 3 pieces of the 12-inch, and then 1 of the 6 and 1 of the 3. So that's going to give you an overall height of, and this is measured from the bottom of the fixture, which is the bottom of the glass, to the ceiling itself, 8.2 inches at its shortest and 53.2 inches at its longest. If you need this to be longer than that 53.2, drop me a quick email, tell me what you're looking for in a solid number. So let's say you need this to be 65 or 72 or something like that. I'm going to take your email and send it over to Hubbardton Forge, and they're going to look at it as the customs department. It'll come back to me with what we can do for you. That's a little time and money, but we do customs every day, so it's not really a big deal. Great thing about this is you can start off at 8.2 inches overall height, which makes this a semi-flush as well. So you'll notice this is also in our mini pendants part on our website. It's also in the department for semi-flush. And ironically, there used to be a semi-flush version of this years ago, which I wish had still been around, and now it's back again just through kind of default that you can do this. So that means that you can be 8.2 inches from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. Ideal for all kinds of applications like bathrooms and hallways and all these kind of things, foyers. You can also use it, I talk about this in a few other videos, where you could put a bunch of these over the island, the pendants, having them about 30 to 35 inches off the counter. But if you wanted to have one of these over the sink, which generally is behind people, and you don't want to be able to look right into a fixture, have it too low, you want to have it above your eye line when it's over a sink. You want to be able to look under it, basically. And then you can do that with just a multitude of these ranges, these rods that you're going to be able to use. So you could have that way up. And the other thing about that, the higher up you have that, like over the sink, the bigger the spread of the light's going to be. So it's a great way to do it. Okay, let's talk about the canopy on the ceiling. It's going to be a 5-inch round canopy. It's going over your 4-inch junction box. Great way to show you details about this is to look at the installations instructions. If you're on the page for this on HandmadeInVermont.com, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link, and it's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It is going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you how things go together. It's going to show you a little bit more information about the canopy, including that this is slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees. There's a knuckle hiding right here, so it allows this to go boom, just like that. So it's automatically slope ceiling, and you're good to go. It's going to show you a couple other things. It's going to show you the setup for the socket down below. It's going to be using a G9 socket. Okay, great socket. So G9 is basically, in the old days, it just meant halogen, but it doesn't mean halogen anymore. The G9 in this setup is really the prongs on the bottom of the bulbs. Okay, and they just clip in. Ba-boom. So if you want to use a halogen bulb, you don't touch it with your hands. The oils in your hands diminish the life of halogen bulbs. But there's lots of LEDs that are going to be perfect for this. So you're maxing out for 60 watts with your halogen. That's because of the heat generated by a halogen bulb. But if you want to go LED, the sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want. So these are different LEDs that I bought basically on Amazon. That's a good place to look for them. And you just put into the search G9 LED. So there's a bunch of different ones here. You've got, these are phosphorus, the ones that have the long pads or the long lines that are orange. And then the other ones that look like corn cobs are called cob. How funny is that? So, and they come in different wattage equivalents, okay? So this is probably a 60 watt equivalent, this is probably a 40 watt equivalent, that's a 40 watt equivalent, this big guy is a 75 watt equivalent. I got that on Amazon too. And actually in our showroom I use this in this fixture, and it doesn't crest the bottom of the glass at all. It works out pretty great. So I can get this to be pretty bright if I really want to. These are dimmable too, so make sure when you look at these things online, it's going to tell you whether it's dimmable or not. Pick the one if you want it to be dimmable, and then make sure you tell your installer all about that you're going to be using a dimmable bulb. This is also going to be coming with this guy. This is a retaining ring tool. So your hand is too big to get inside that glass to put this retaining ring onto this socket, right, which is going to retain the glass and the hood to the fixture itself, right? So that's how that all works. So they give you this retaining ring tool, which is going to take the place of your hand, and make sure you hold on to this. And what happens is you're going to take this little piece here, this retaining ring. It's brass. It's beautifully made, actually. It's got a flat side, it's got a ridged side, and a couple little notches on the top and the bottom, and it fits into the notches that are here. So you just put it in, right, and you put it into the glass, taking the place of your hand, and you're going to go, remember it's going to be righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, right? So you're going to put it on, oops, like that, and it's on there. Once you take it off, it's no longer in here, it's on here. You're going to put this into a junk drawer and forget about it for about 10 years. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque, and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.